Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are here to talk about X-Wing once again, kind of. This is actually some older news, but I figured I'd cover it because I haven't made an X-Wing video in a while and those are kind of popular. I want to, keep it recent, keep it fresh in everybody's mind. And after working on some other projects, I've kind of got some free time to shoot this, so we're gonna talk about this real quick. Basically, short version. There were some LEGO leaks a while ago, some cover images and things that were leaked. And in them, there are some first-order items. There's also some Resistance stuff. They showcase, the Resistance bomber we talked about, the Resistance, transport pod thing that I don't know much about, some other stuff. There is a cover image of a first-order, weird spider walker thing. But in that cover, there are some silhouettes in the background. It would look like TIE bombers, but in first-order coloration, among other first-order ships flying in the sky. So that's got some people thinking about if there's going to be a official TIE first-order bomber, thus continuing our obvious The Last Jedi is just Empire Strikes Back 2 concerns, but that's an entirely different subject. So, we're here. We've got this image. I've hopefully provided you with a shortened version of the image with a big red circle around the TIE bomber silhouettes. They do kind of look like they've got the colors. And let's speculate a little. So the normal trend with these kinds of ships, with the sequel trilogy era ships that are explicitly based on an older ship, is +1 shield, add the tech slot, usually add some good maneuvers. In the First Order's case, for example, the TIE FO upgrades to sloops. I don't want to say that the Upsilon is a direct comparison to the Lambda in that regard, because it's got different upgrade slots and things. Besides just the tech, it is not just a Lambda, but in the future, it's actually got different design elements and aspects to it. It's also got, for instance, the 4 attack, because it's got a different weapon configuration or something anyway. So, TIE First Order Bomber, no other clue on what its designation could be. There's definitely an open question of if it's going to say TIE Bomber in it, because that will influence if it can take TIE Shuttle, which might be interesting, especially if it has the, the tech slot. And, yeah, that could be an interesting combination, give them a very cheap access to tech plus crew. I know some people are probably going to be wondering, if there's a good use for, torpedoes, missiles, bombs, for instance, if it's got a double bomb slot so it can do double bomb things. I know there are some people who are very salty about the fact that the TIE bomber only carries 1 bomb slot. I mean, it is kind of a cheap bomb carrier, though, right? And the Y-Wing can similarly only go up to 1. I know it's called TIE Bomber, but yeah, it's kind of how stuff worked out. It'll be interesting to see. If it has the double missile slot, that's obviously a new platform for unguided rockets. That might be interesting depending on its cost. You could combine that with the tech slot. I believe... it came in Imperial Veteran, so they definitely can take long-range sensors, TIE Bombers normally. Thus, assuming the underlying upgrades don't change, the First Order Bomber could at least take long-range scanners, and it could also take targeting synchronizer, which would allow an effect kind of similar to what Bodhi Rook does, where you could have a single First Order Bomber do a synchronized long-range scan, hold away in the back, get a target lock way in front of it, and provide that target lock for other friendly ships doing stuff who need them so long as they're in range. That's just me, throwing stuff out there as what might be good uses for such a ship. I haven't, thought through the math or anything on it. Yeah, thinking about some of the stuff it could do, you could probably do some interesting stuff with the tech slot and broader access to munitions. Obviously, more ships with the tech slot means more things, more tech upgrades, probably. You could also probably do the, prime thrusters. It would allow you to do pattern analyzer for action, so you could do red maneuvers and drop bombs. Everybody loves that. This could be the excuse, especially if it's TIE Shuttle compatible, to give the Empire their bomb crewmen. That might be interesting. And, yeah, that's mostly what my thoughts on the upgrades and stuff are. It might have a different action, probably not. You never know. If you wanted me to predict what maneuver it will add, I would say sloops, probably 3 red. Fit the theme. That could be interesting, especially if it can take Pattern Analyzer, which it probably could, because that's the theme. But give it Pattern Analyzer so it can do a red maneuver. It doesn't check stress, so it can drop an action bomb, and then it takes its stress, poop out bombs backwards, just like people think about with Jump Masters. That's the word I'm thinking of. Sloop and Poop Jump Masters. Now you could have Sloop and Poop TIE Bombers. They'd probably be much cheaper than Jump Masters. How about that? So that's an interesting thought. I think it's definitely got some design space wings. I'm a little disheartened by the lack of originality in the design, but I also kind of accept that the First Order is basically just, we really want to be the Empire, so let's just slap our paint job and cram new internals into all these old space frames. That's how they are, I guess. They've got some sleeker, newer designs, so we'll see. And this is also just a vague silhouette in the backdrop of a Lego design. It's probably not final. These were leaks after all. We'll see if that's actually how they show up in the movie, if they show up at all. For a long time, they were a thought of and possibly pre-leaked idea that was considered. Most people figured that we would be echoing a lot of earlier waves with a bomber A-wing combo with this. So I think that's interesting. We'll see probably on this Force Friday. Gen Con's coming up soon, so let's hope for announcements on Wave 12. That'll be a big old... Excuse me, sorry, I drank my water. That'll be a big old update for me. I'm sure if we get any announcements out of that. There does seem to be some tension in the community over the FAQ leak, which really is beyond my ability to discuss by my lonesome here. You should probably track down some more serious podcasts about that sort of thing. So yeah, if you've got any thoughts about any of this, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Discuss what you think about a potential TIE First Order bomber, what you'd like to see out of it. You could always get more excuse for pilot's abilities. Is there something you'd like out of the tech slot that could be good with the bomber, that sort of thing. Maybe it'll hold more munitions options for those ships. Ships with a lot of upgrade slots are interesting because they can be complex, and there's always that, you have the Jump Master problem of when you put so many slots for a low enough cost, you cause problems in the game, but that also tends to mean they release with lots of upgrades, either to a faction or new entirely, which is always a fun thing to see. So if you've got any thoughts on that area, please drop those in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and subscribe for more X-Wing videos. Thanks for your time.